Hi, everybody. I'm Robin, and these are my reflections. And today I want to film a decisions video. In these videos, I like to compare two decks that are in my collection that I feel are similar, that people might have trouble choosing between if they wanted to buy one or the other, or both of these decks. If they were looking at them, they might say, which one, which one? Sometimes I have trouble deciding, and I like to try to put these videos out there just to help people. Today's video is actually a viewer requested video. This is requested by Sharon at Trio of Witches. Hi, Sharon. If you see this, hopefully you'll see this. I know I'm a little bit late. I have been on vacation, so I am back and I am doing this for you as one of the first videos I'm filming out of the gate. This is the Sawyer's Redo or Redux edition, the 1909 Redux edition, and the Weiser Tarot. These are both redrawings of the Pamela Coleman Smith, Arthur Edward Waite RWS deck. And one of them is mass market and the other one is indie. They're very similar in tones and color palette. They're both sort of watercolory. This one is actually more tattoo digital art, and this one is, I think, watercolor digital art. And this one is produced by, who produced this? Weiser. This is a Weiser Tarot. Duh, it's the Weiser Tarot. This is Weiser Books. And this one is produced by Jamie Sawyer. Yeah, so I'm just going to compare them very quickly and then do a quick musical flip through so that you can see both decks side by side. I've put them both in order, so hopefully, this will go very quickly. So it should be a short video. So let's start with the Weiser Tarot. So the Weiser Tarot, it's a mass market deck. Like I said, it's from Weiser. You can buy it on anywhere you buy your tarot decks. It comes in a hard case. It does come with a book, and the book is actually pretty good. I'll just show you some of it. The story, it comes with the story of tarot. There's some history in there, how the Weiser Tarot came to be. There are card meanings. There are a few spreads. Yeah, it's a pretty good guidebook for this little bitty. It's got little writing, but I can see it, and I have pretty bad eyes, so it's not too small. And it does just have some keywords, but they're really good keywords, and you can take a look there and kind of see. It does have some spreads. There's a bibliography in the back. I mean, this is a pretty good guidebook for for beginners. So if you are a beginner and you're looking at this, I would say that this is a pretty good starter deck. The guidebook is good, and that's important for a starter deck. You want something that's got the symbology, but also has a decent guidebook in case you don't have another book or you're not sure if you want to invest in another book right up front. It's nice to have a pack that comes with both, and this does. And I think that this is a pretty good option. It's not a Llewellyn guidebook, but it's decent, the cards, that's the inside of the box. I think this yellow with this ankh is gorgeous. Like, I think it's pretty. But it does come in a nice hard box with a guidebook, whereas the Sawyer's Redux edition comes in a tuck box. I mean, it's a pretty sturdy tuck box, but it's a tuck box nonetheless, and it does not come with a guidebook. So there's that. Okay. So that's the difference. This is mass market, so it's about, the Weiser Tarot is about half the price of the Sawyer's Redux edition. I'm not sure at the time when you're seeing this. I did hear that once she's finished printing this, she's not going to be reprinting them. I don't know if that's, sometimes people change their minds, but that's another thing to think about. This is indie and it may go out of print. This one is mass market and it just came out maybe a year or two ago, so it's probably going to be out for quite some time. I doubt it'll be out of print anytime soon, especially with it being such a basic deck that people can pick up anytime for any reason, right? Cards, these are the backs. I do like these black backs. It's very rare to find black backs on an RWS, so I do kind of love having that. This cardstock is a little bit different. I would say that, this is about, let's see, we've got about, I don't know, 7 cards thicker on the, focus. Yeah, 7 cards thicker on the, can you focus, please? I don't know what's going on with my camera. 7 cards thicker on this one than this one. The cardstock is definitely thicker. This is like a buttery matte, kind of thick, cardboardy stock, and this one is, it's nice too. Now, this is not the same kind of, this one is a little more glossy, I guess. So it feels a little slicker, and this one is less slick, more matte, thinner, definitely, but not super thin. You know, it's still workable. And I actually like the cardstock on this deck. I think it shuffles really nicely. Um, and so there's that. But this is definitely thicker. So I think it's similar to her like Sawyer's Path and that, you know, that cardstock. When I spoke to her, I'm pretty sure she said she was having it printed by the same people who printed her Sawyer's Path deck. So if you have that one, it's the same stock. Otherwise, what could I compare this to? I don't know. It's thicker. It's thicker than this one. This one is definitely cardboardy, but the coating that they've put on it makes it feel nice. It's not like that cereal box feel to it. You know, it's like a smooth, nice feel. It's not that squeaky. It's a swishy rather than the squeaky, but still buttery. I don't, it's hard to explain. I don't think I even have another deck that feels like this. But I like it. I like it a lot. Now I don't know if I have another deck from Weiser. Maybe this is their typical cardstock. I'm not sure, but I like this cardstock a lot. Um, they're both in this sort of like soft watercolory art. Both of them have tried to give some diversity to add some skin tone diversity to the RWS, and they've both changed the colors a little bit. Jamie Sawyer's, I think, sticks a little closer to the RWS, whereas the Weiser Tarot adds in some purples and some other colors that wouldn't have been in the original version. Weiser is bordered. Jamie's is not. Weiser's is titled. Jamie's is not. This Sawyer Redux edition is not titled. However, it does have the associations in the background in the mandalas. So I don't know if I can get it close enough for you. You can kind of see there, um, you know, in the background, like you can see like there's Mercury and, you know, for the numbered cards, you've got the 3 there in the background above his head. You can see those 3s going around. You can see little Easter eggs like the ship there, which would normally be, you know, it's echoing these ships here. And then you know, the Aries symbol and the sun. So the sun in Aries, like there's stuff there, right, in the background. But it's not like actually titled. Like this says the Fool. These don't have those titles. So there's that. Edges are the same, you know, plain. No, neither of these are edged, and I haven't edged them. Um, so there's that. And let's do a quick flip through, and then we'll give them a shuffle. So you can see how they shuffle. And I'll pick a card and read from the guidebook for the Weiser, and we'll be out of here. All right, so let me just zoom in. Okay, so one thing that I forgot to mention about the Weiser Tarot is that it's color coded. So the wands are orange, the cups are blue. You can see the backgrounds are blue. The swords are all purple in the background, and the pentacles are all green in the background, which is lovely for when you lay them out. Like if you like color coded decks, like I like color coded decks, I really like having this one in my collection. I like having the RWS in general. I like to read with it, and having this sort of, you know, more diverse version. It's not super diverse, but it's definitely more diverse. And with it being color coded and this sort of watercolory look, I really like having this in my collection. I don't mind the borders. Um, for Jamie's, one thing that I forgot to mention. Oops, how did that get over here? Oh, I think I wanted to. No, I don't know how that got over here. So one thing that I did forget to mention was that she has removed the let me see if I can find one where it's a little bit easier to see. She has removed Pamela Coleman Smith's, here's one. She's removed Pixie's signature and put in her own. So if you would prefer to have, I mean, this one is closer to the RWS, other than the fact that she's put these mandalas in the background. But if you would prefer to have one with Pixie's signature, just know that Pixie's signature is not on these cards. She's added her own signature because she's redrawn the cards. I don't love it, but you know, it is what it is. I get why she did it. And then I also really like what she's done with the faces in this deck. The cards, these look a little bigger than these, but they're not. They're the same size, normal tarot size. Well, actually, the Weiser card is it's a little bit longer actually, than Jamie's cards, but they look bigger because they're borderless. So she stretched the image all the way to the edge of the card. So when I was doing the flip through, I was like, oh, these look bigger, but they're actually not bigger. They're pretty much the same size. Like I said, the Weiser Tarot is just a smidge longer, but they're basically the same size. Let's give them a shuffle. Let's start with the Weiser. So I do have small hands, and I'm able to shuffle this deck really well. I love the way this deck shuffles. It gives me no resistance. It gives me a perfect shuffle every time. I'm not sure if the cards are cord, so they do get a bit of a bow. So I just, after a few shuffles in one direction, I just shuffle them in the other direction to get the bow out. But other than that, they're holding up great. I'm not super hard on my cards because I don't read professionally, but they shuffle great. They overhand nicely. They move great. There's no issues there. And like I said, I have small hands and I can grip them because they're nice and bendy. I can spread them. So those are great. All right, so that's the Weiser one. Now let's look at Jamie's. Now Jamie's is a little bit more difficult. I don't know. I haven't tried to shuffle these yet because I was using them for a little bit of a study group, but let's give them a shuffle. I don't know. I feel like these are going to be hard. Yeah, they're super thick. They're almost as thick as like the Los Scarabeo box editions, hard box editions. Like as far as the thickness of the cards and the toughness of them, they don't want to bend. So shuffling these hurts my hands. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if maybe they'll loosen up. But to like get a really good shuffle, you can see I can do a drop shuffle, but it leaves it chunky. But to get like a really good shuffle, that gives me problems. Let's try it sideways. Yeah, I can do like a waterfall sideways for a better, but still not perfect. The other one, like I said, I can get a perfect shuffle on it. If I was gonna choose, I would probably between these two decks. I don't know. I mean, I like having them both in my collection because I like having this one because I like the borderless, I like the titleist, I like that it's a diverse version of the RWS, specifically the RWS. It's not redrawn, it's not modernized. It's it's redrawn, but it's not modernized. The scenes are the same except for what she's put in the backgrounds. I like having this one for the same reason, but it's much easier to shuffle, and I love having the color coded backgrounds. So I'll just show you what they look like laid out so that you can see quickly like what you're looking at. I have 2 green, you know what I mean? So it's like really easy to see, what you're dealing with quickly in a spread, and I like that about this deck. Now, the other one is, basic RWS. The backgrounds are not color coded. She's used the same colors, so you don't get that effect, but the images are crisper. So if you don't like this sort of RWS woodblock printing look, her images are definitely crisper. You have a much crisper look to the cards. They almost look like comic books or something. So that's nice. And it's fun to see these mandalas in the background. So that's what those look like laid out. Yeah. And so that is the comparison between the Weiser Tarot by Weiser Books, which is a mass market deck. I'll put the link below for both of these where you can find them. I do have Amazon and it's the comparison between the Weiser Tarot and the Sawyer's Path Redux edition. So this is the Sawyer's Path Redux edition box, in case you wondered, and this is the Weiser Tarot. Now I will put the links for where you can find both of these below, as long as you can still get Jamie's deck. That link should be good. I'm just going to put a link to her website so that, if it's there, you can grab it. You can look at her other decks and all of that sort of thing. Yeah, and so that's all I have. So if you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I release videos every few days regarding tarot and oracle, and I would love to have you. Comment below what you think of these decks, or if you think that you are interested in these, if this video was helpful or not. I am trying to grow the channel, so the comments help me a lot, and I do appreciate everybody's comment. I also really just like chatting with you guys, to be honest. So, so there's that. And until next time, stay safe and be blessed. Bye bye.